guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we will be reviewing this Mcgrath's. This is a blush palette. So this is the Divine Blush plus Glow Trio. This is in Galactic Sun. So these are the colors. So over here, this is the Divine Rose. This is Desert Orchid and Golden Nectar Highlight. So for those who have bought the blush individually in her previous launch, these two are existing shades in her collection, and she already has this highlighter that she sells individually as well. So I'm really excited when I see this come out as a little trio, because I do not like individual highlighters or blushes. I like to get a one face palette and have either blushes, highlighters and bronzers all in one, so I do not need to pick them up one by one. So this is really very handy for me, and this is the first time I'm trying her blush and highlighter formula. So now let's talk about her other new launch. So this is the quad. So this is the quad called the Celestial Odyssey Luxe Quad in bronze Borealis. So this is how it looks like in the inside. Do you notice that the pens are a bit smaller compared to her previous? So let's take a look at the previous. This is the Ritualistic Rose. So the pens are larger here. You can see this size of this black lacquer here. So the distance of this black lacquer between the two pens are further. So you can see more black lacquer packaging compared to this. So this is definitely much smaller. I do not mind the smaller pens as long as they work great, the colors work great, because I do not think that I will ever finish using a eyeshadow palette in my lifetime. So a smaller palette is fine to me. And I didn't buy the other palette over here. So this is the Interstellar icon that I have over here. So let me insert a picture over here. So this is the new quad. So I did not buy that because I feel that they look very similar. I will not get a very different look, so I did not buy that. And as you can see, in the new quad, the design is a bit different. At the front here, it says Mcgrath Labs. As for the previous quad, you just have a Mcgrath logo design. However, they are exactly the same size. So on my palettes, I actually put a little sticker on top, because this is how I usually store my palettes. I store it straight up like that, so I can easily pick up the palette that I want to use without opening up every single palette. So this is much easier for me. So this is a little tip for you if you want to do that as well. So in her collection, she has this big palette over here. This is the Mothership Mcgrath. So this is Celestial Odyssey palette. So I have already reviewed this on my channel, so you can take a look at the link down below in the description box. So in my video, I actually do swatches of this palette and versus some other colors I have in her collection, and you can decide on whether you want to buy this palette or you already have all these colors in the other previous palettes. So these are the swatches of the new palette. So we have Lunar Legend over here, and Sienna Rose, and this is Mink Dust, and followed by this color over here, Cyber Bronze. So these are light one swipe swatches, so the swatches are really very good. So let me swatch the similar palette that I have. So this is the Ritualistic Rose. So I'm going to swatch these two colors followed by these two colors and see how similar they are. So these are the swatches. So as the ritualistic rose colors are more of bliss astral shades, so naturally they are topper shades, so they would not be so pigmented. But these two colors over here, I feel that they are quite close. So these two colors are the ones over here, so they are quite close to the bottom ones, these two versus these two. So now we are going to do an eye look using these two palettes. So over here I will be using the new palette, and this one will be the ritualistic rose. So we're going to get in ahead and see how I get this eye look. So first up, I'm going to take this color over here. This is the Sienna Rose. I'm going to put it as a crease shade on my eye. So it does pick up nicely. So although it's not a matte shade, but I feel that this shade is quite nice as a crease shade. And then next up, I'm going to take this color over here. So this is the Cyber Bronze. So I'm going to put this at the center part of my lid. So it has a bronzy, yellowish look. It's a nice color. I'm going to bring it more to the upper part of my eyelid because I have hooded eyes. And then next up, to darken the outer corner of my eye, I will use this matte shade over here. So this is Mink Dusk, sorry. It's very nice formula. I really like this shade. It has a dusty rosy color. It goes very well on the eye. So I'm going to bring this color down to the lower part of my outer lid. You can see such definition it brought to my eyes. So next, to lighten the outer corner of my lid, I will be using this shinier shade over here called the Lunar Legend. You can see some shininess, some shimmers. So this color is good for brightening the inner corner of the eye. It just adds a little bit of brightness. And it has some tiny glittery particles. You can see that shift over there. So this is the completed eye look using this new Mcgrath palette. So now for this eye over here, I'm going to try to use the same shades that I used previously on this eye. So I'm going to use this color over here because this is somewhat the first color I used on this eye over here. So this color is called the Astral Rose Orchid. So I'm going to set this as a crease shade. So obviously it won't be very similar, it won't be very exact to this because this is all her Blitz Astral shades. So they are all very sparkly and shimmery, and they are more of a topper shade. So I just want to see whether I can give you this comparison between these two quartz. So as you can see, this is a very shimmery eye already. And next up, I will be using this color as the center part of my lid. So this is the Beyond Bronze 003. So I'm using this because just now I used this color over here as the center part of the lid. So I'm going to just follow these shades. So this is a much darker color. So you have this brownish shimmer. So same thing, I'm going to bring it more to the upper part of my eye. This is really a very glittery look. And next up, I'll be using this color over here to darken the outer corner of my eye. So this is the Rose Quartz 005. I've never used this color to darken out the outer corner of my eye before because this color isn't that dark, but I'm doing this in this video so that you can see the shades I'm using and whether they are comparable to the other eye that I have just done. So similarly, I'm going to bring this down to the bottom part of my eye. So obviously it's not really darkening out, it's just bringing a lot of shimmer. Okay, and next, to lighten the inner corner of my eye, I'm going to use this yellow shade over here. This is the Antique Gold 002. So this has much more color compared to the other lighter shade in her new quartz. This is much more of a yellow color. The other one just has a bit of shimmer. So you can see more yellow tone in this color here. So this is the completed look. They actually do look kind of similar, but this one definitely has more depth. It has more of this sunset look. I especially like the outer corner of the eye. This one is much more glittery. Maybe if I can darken this outer corner of the eye with a darker color, it might look really very similar. So let me go on and put on some liner and mascara, and I will be right back. So next up, these are the colors from her blush palette. The first one here, we have the Divine Rose. So this is more of a pinkish blush. This is Desert Orchid. So this is much more corally. And here is the Golden Nectar Highlight. So let's see how these colors look on my face. So over here, I'm going to put the Divine Rose color. Wow, this is really pink and pigmented. So bear in mind, I actually do not have any foundation on my face, as you can see. Yeah, because I just hate wearing foundation. I've been wearing a lot of foundation last time when I was younger, and it really gives me a lot of pimples. It breaks my face out really bad, especially I live in a very humid country. I live in Singapore, and here we only have rain or sunshine, and so always by the end of the day I have lots of oil on my face, very cakiness. So I just decided for a gold foundation, and my face has been looking a lot better. So I'm just putting on the blush without any foundation. Most of the times I will wear a moisturizer, and that's it. So this is how the color looks like. I'll go in with a little bit more product. So this is a very nice pinkish blush. And next, at the other side of my face, I'm going to go in with the other color, the Desert Orchid. So some of you may already have a blush when she comes out with all these individual blush. I didn't buy it then, but I was so excited when she came out with this blush palette, because usually I like face palettes instead of individual blush. This is much more corally. Definitely a much more corally color. Very pretty as well. So you can see here's more pinkish, here's more corally. So now I'm going to go in with the highlight, and this is the Golden Nectar Highlight. Wow, this highlight is really very pigmented. It brings a very nice shine to my face. I don't know if you can see it. Can you see that shine? So gorgeous. I'm going to put some on my nose. So this is the look. I'm going to go in with some lipstick, and I'll be right back. So this is my final look. So I really enjoyed this collection. Everything in her collection, especially the Celestial Odyssey. This is my favorite palette of all time. And her cute little blush palette that we just reviewed today. And her little quad, which is a little bit little compared to her other quads. So I hope you like my video. Do like and subscribe if you can. And I will see you again in the next one. Bye guys!